Alright, boom. Next video we got is murderers who blamed video game characters. Bruh, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't care what nobody says. I do not think that games can really turn somebody into a killer. It's the people that they are around and what they have access to. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I played GTA, I played MW2 No Russian, and I've never had a thought about taking a person's life. So I think that all this is cap. But let's lock in murderers who blame video game characters.
We all love them, right? Video games. We all love them, right? Well, even if you don't, I'm sure you've at least played one video game in your life.
I have.
I have some personal favorites like GTA, Undertale, and The Walking Dead Telltale games.
I've been seeing a lot about Undertale. Is that a good game? What is it about?
Funny enough, 2 of those series are actually in this video. I'm very glad Undertale isn't. That is a spoiler, yes. Undertale is not on this list.
Okay, so The Walking Dead and GTA is...
stands for a killing. But like you read in the title of the video, today we're going to be talking about murderers who went out of their way to blame video games or video game characters.
I bet, talk to me.
I look a little bit different. That's because I'm shaved. I lost a Minecraft bet over on my Twitch stream. This is literally not even to promote it.
Nah, cap, it is, bro. we all know it is, bro. Turn the video up again. Oh my goodness, it does that for all of it. I bet. They can be influenced because they already have pre-existing mental issues, but that's the only way.
Don't even put the link to my Twitch, but you can play the clip of me revealing my baby face. Let me know in the chat. Are you guys ready to see what I look?
Tuv, what is this picture, bro? Are we serious? Good thing I've never taken a picture like this.
Look like now.
Oh my god! Yo!
God!
Yo, chat, at 100 subs, I'll shave all my facial hair. Locked. Locked. I'm glazing Tuv this whole video on God. Tie shit. Fracturing so bad I had to join yours. Hey, not too much on nigga, frack though.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Alright, gang, get to the video.
That's not the point of the video. Without further ado, let's get straight into the topic. GTA Vice City. You probably remember Vice City.
Yeah, I kind of figured GTA was gonna be on here.
80s, where you play as Tommy Vercetti, a former convict climbing the criminal ladder in a city.
Bro, I know that like this would take forever to do, but should we play all the GTAs?
Full of neon, bad hair, and suspicious white powder. In one particular mission,
things all about coke, guys.
Break into a police station, shoot officers, and escape in a stolen patrol car. Obviously, this is just a video game. But on June 7th of 2003, that exact scenario played out in real life in Fayette, Alabama. And an 18-year-old named Devin Moore claimed the game taught him how to do it. It's pretty eerie because in that photo, Devin doesn't even look like the kind of guy you'd expect to be a killer.
Bro, if this is mugshot or whatever, he was happy as fuck to do whatever he did, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Low-key, yeah.
Fresh out of high school, no criminal record, and he just enlisted into the Air Force.
Damn.
He was actually supposed to ship out that summer. But on that Saturday night, Officer Arnold Strickland brought him into the police station on suspicion of stealing a car. Routine booking, nothing unusual. The thing is, what happened next was anything but routine. According to Moore's own confession, he suddenly lunged at Officer Strickland and grabbed his .40 caliber Glock. 2 shots, 1 to the head. Officer James Crump heard the gunfire and came running down the hallway. Moore met him there and fired 3 more shots.
What?
Then he walked to the dispatcher's office and put 5 bullets into Ace Mueller, the 911 operator.
What the fuck?
3 men dead in under a minute. All professional level marksmanship from someone who supposedly had never been in trouble before.
No, this nigga was trying to get practice before he got enlisted. That's what the fuck he was doing. He wanted to see if he could really last in the Air Force, bro.
And if that doesn't make sense to you, hold your breath because what happened next makes even less sense. After stealing a police cruiser and getting captured in Mississippi hours later, Moore told investigators something chilling. Life is like a video game. Everybody's gotta die sometime.
What?
His defense attorney Jim Standridge argued that Moore had been essentially programmed by hundreds of hours of playing Grand Theft Auto. The game, he claimed, created a cranial menu that popped up in Moore's head during that split-second decision in the police station. Combined with childhood and an underdeveloped teenage brain, the violent video game had turned Moore into a killer. And boom, suddenly the whole
That is so crazy, bro. This nigga said... This nigga said that he fucking had a menu pop up in his head when it happened. Like, what? That's insane. I play a lot of Red Dead too, but I don't go around with revolvers hurting everyone. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, the mind of human beings, man, each one is different. Some of them I can't wrap my head around them, bro. Bro went into bot lobbies, okay.
The conversation was about video games. Attorney Jack Thompson went all in, and being a renowned anti-gaming crusader, he escalated
Yeah, that sucks. You can't even see GTA 6 now, bro.
it into filing a massive lawsuit against Take-Two Interactive, Sony, Walmart, and GameStop, calling Grand Theft Auto a murder simulator that trained more to execute those officers.
Bro, if you gonna fucking, bro, what? If you're gonna sue that game, sue every other game that they got in there, bro. I already know they have like God of War in there, bro. Call of Duty. Like, you can't do a lawsuit on a video game when there's other video games that are probably worse than this one, bro.
And to be fair, not that this proves anything, but there actually is a mission in Vice City that mirrors exactly what Moore did. You infiltrate a police station, like I said before, you kill the officers, and you escape from their cruiser. The parallels are just genuinely unsettling. Anyway,
But yeah, that is kind of crazy.
With the judge. He even barred the jury from hearing testimony linking the game to the murders. In August of 2005, after deliberating for just over an hour, the jury convicted Moore of capital murder. 2
As
months
they
later,
should.
he was sentenced to death by lethal injection.
Damn!
He's still on death row at Hallman Correctional Facility in Alabama. His appeals have been repeatedly denied. Meanwhile, the civil lawsuit against the gaming companies dragged on for years.
Damn,
before
death penalty
ultimately
shit.
failing. Before we move on to the next one, I do want to make it clear that I personally don't think video games turn people into murderers. It's
I don't either.
always going to be something psychologically wrong with them, and then like they get obsessed. Like with the
Shit, I play Minecraft, but I don't go around touching sheep IRL. So you touch sheep in Minecraft? Okay.
video we made before where they blame fictional characters, it's never like the fictional character that's telling the viewer or
I think you are something special. I took you on shopping spree, 'cause I'm so into you.
I appreciate that motherfucking sub for 16 months. Let's go, man.
player, hey, you should go do this. It's not like that. Plus, these games have ratings for a reason, but just want to make that clear in case someone's like, why is Tub trying to paint a bad light on video games? No, dude, I love video games. But maybe I didn't need to say that. Maybe I did. Maybe there's that one person that was thinking I was thinking that way. Doesn't matter. Let's get on to the next one. Manhunt. Now, of course, this game is on this list. By the way, a lot of this list does consist of minors who became murderers, and in most cases, the media doesn't post pictures of minors just because they're not adults and can't really consent to publication, so don't be surprised if you don't see pictures of some people. So next is the case of a game where the whole point is to be as brutal as possible. Like, you sneak up on victims and the morbid shit.
Wait, I think on my PSP there's a game called Manhunt. If it's the logo that I think it is, Manhunt game. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is on my PSP, bro. I never played it though, but crazy seeing this on here.
Kill, the higher your score. Welcome to Manhunt.
Yo, what's good, Gay Chip? How you feeling, bro? Man, I need to text the pretty lady. Man, you don't want her for real.
Possible. Like, you sneak up on victims, and the more vicious your kill, the higher your score. Welcome to Manhunt.
Damn.
A game so violent that New Zealand outright banned it. But in Leicester, England, a 17-year-old named Warren LeBlanc wasn't just playing it. According to his victim's family, he was inspired by it. So,
What the
February
fuck?
of 2004, 14-year-old Stefan Pakira thought he was meeting some girls at the local park. His friend Warren had invited him to Stoke Woods Park. Locals called it the Dumps, saying there were girls there waiting to meet
Bro's pulling up to the ends, in it? My bad.
them. Stefan trusted Warren. They'd been friends for a while, and Warren was older, cooler. I mean, why wouldn't he go? But then,
Oh nah, buddy was glazing him,
we
bro.
figured out by now, there were no girls. Just Warren, armed with a knife and a claw hammer. Warren bludgeoned Stefan repeatedly with the hammer, then stabbed him multiple times.
Bro, that is sick work, bro. And how, bro, this is like the second video we've watched where someone like backstabbed their friend. Like, I'll never understand it. Imagine thinking that you actually found a genuine connection with someone and whole time they're setting you up to kill you. Like, that is crazy. Why they all black? Why you gotta make it about race, man? Come on, dude. We all slime out our friends. Shit, we don't kill them. I know I'm just too nervous to airball. I need to lock in. Nigga, if you airball, bro, that just means you gotta perfect your next shot.
It was prolonged and vicious, and Warren didn't even try to run. 2 police officers found him covered in Stefan's blood, and he immediately confessed. Just like that, a 14-year-old was dead, and a 17-year-old's life was over. And according to Stefan's parents, it all perfectly mimicked the gameplay mechanics of Manhunt. See, Stefan's mother, Giselle Pakira, had heard from Warren's friends that he was, quote, obsessed with Manhunt. The game, she said,
oh my
had
God,
the boundaries between fantasy and reality for Warren.
Yo!
The killed, the weapons used, the brutality, it all matched the game's stealth killing mechanics. The whole point of the game is to kill and to do it brutally. That's what Giselle told reporters, adding that it shouldn't be something young people have access to. Stefan's dad, Patrick, was on the same page. In his view, there was definitely some kind of connection between the game and what Warren ended up doing.
Okay, so now I have a question for the parents. How did he get his hand on the game? It shouldn't be a game that young kids are playing. As a parent, why are you letting your kid play that? My mom was monitoring everything I was playing, bruh. I couldn't get Tekken 6 because niggas was fighting on there. I'm just saying.
But Warren's defense told a completely different story. His lawyer said this wasn't about what Warren ended up doing. But Warren's defense told a completely different story. His lawyer said this wasn't about video games at all. Warren owed money to a gang, about 75 pounds, and he was terrified. He'd planned to rob Stefan and pay off the debt.
Oh, wow.
But the robbery went horribly wrong. Fear, not Manhunt, had driven him to murder. And the court seemed convinced enough and sided with the defense. Despite all the media attention linking the case to video game violence, the judge made it clear that the game played no official role in the prosecution. Warren was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 13 years, not for being influenced.
All because this nigga owes 75 pounds. This nigga, bro, how much is 75 pounds and goddamn 75 pounds to USD? Nigga owed $99, bro. Bro, you could have lied to your parents and said you had, like, something. I don't know, you could have lied, bro.
By a video game, but for cold-blooded murder during a robbery gone wrong. Still, the victim's parents kept pointing fingers at the game, not at the deeply messed up actions of the teen who actually took their son's life.
I ain't gonna lie, both of these niggas is not boxing right now.
Out that detectives never found
weak
any
ass
direct
punches
between the game and the murder, but that didn't stop the outrage. The case blew up and major retailers pulled Manhunt off their shelves. It was already rated 18+, and like I started by saying, it was even banned in New Zealand, but Stefan's death brought the whole "do video games cause violence" debate roaring back to life.
GG's.
Warren actually got out on parole in 2020, even though the victim's family fought hard to keep him locked up.
That's so crazy how niggas can just get a slap on the wrist after taking a life, bro. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy to me.
The Walking Dead, Telltale Games. Oh yeah, since I didn't say this in the beginning, spoiler warnings for some of these games. Some of the gameplay might have...
Wait, chat, we're gonna play one of these, bruh. Come on, bruh. No, I'm just kidding. We probably weren't even gonna play one of these.
spoilers in them. So if you haven't finished The Walking Dead Telltale Games, which you should, it's an amazing game, you might want to skip this. This is Nicholas Prosper, 18.
Oh yeah, whatever he did it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. A prank YouTuber getting 9 years, by the way. Yeah, I saw that shit.
Years old, glasses, yellow bucket hat. He honestly looks like the kind of dude you'd see at a university or working part-time.
I'd be scared to see
But on
this
September
nigga.
13th of 2024, this seemingly...
Damn, mama strict. She wasn't strict. She let me like play everything else, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, I played Call of Duty when I was in the 6th grade, so I mean, she wasn't that strict.
The ordinary guy from Luton shot his entire family dead with a shotgun. Then, he planned to massacre 30 school children at his former primary school. And it all started with a video game character named Clementine.
Nigga, Clementine did not make that nigga do that shit, bruh. Ain't that the little girl? So we blaming a mass murder on Clementine. What the fuck did she do, nigga?
Yes, probably one of the most innocent and wholesome characters
I only see good things about her, bro.
ever written in video game history. Clementine isn't some violent anti-hero or villain. She's actually just a little girl that you take care of throughout the entirety of the first part of the game. That's literally it. She's almost like a daughter figure. And then later in the games, you get to play as her. So there isn't... the only violent thing she does is murder bad guys, which you do like in almost every video game, and zombies. Or as they like to call it in the game, walkers. But for Nicholas, she became something much more twisted.
That's
He
insane
declared
work,
himself,
bro.
quote, "Closing by Clementine," and said he was, quote, "guided as Christians are guided by Jesus Christ." And this...
Bro, niggas be saying anything, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. What the fuck are you chatting about, bro? Like, what are you talking about, gang?
wasn't some sudden breakdown. Nicholas had been planning this for over a year. Meticulously.
Like, you can't be planning, bro. You can't be planning a mass murder for over a year and then have the audacity to blame it on a little girl in a video game who's innocent, by the way. Like,
researching
what?
mass shootings and studying the Hook Elementary massacre. He specifically wanted to kill around 30 people to achieve a higher death toll than other shooters.
Yo! This nigga was trying to set a new record. Are we serious? I dead at, bro. I really want to go into the minds of these niggas because who in their right mind takes hours of their day studying and researching school massacres just so that they can go and recreate it in hopes of getting a higher body count? Like, bro, niggas is trying to get kill streaks. What are we doing? Motherfucker try to drop a nuke. Like, bro, that I genuinely just don't understand it, bro. And then I can't even imagine the PTSD after you doing some shit like that. Like, what? I mean, shit, you ain't really gonna have no life to live after that. You're cooked. And that too, bro, like, niggas be wanting to get rid of their freedom. Life is amazing. But you want to throw it away because you want to be a fucking loser. Like,
Become the world's most famous shooter of the 21st century.
Like, why is that an achievement, nigga? Why?
But first, he had to deal with his family. At around 5 in the morning that Friday the 13th, a date he'd chosen deliberately, Nicholas grabbed the double-barreled shotgun he'd bought illegally the day before.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. They're gonna fucking plead insanity for this nigga. They gonna try to warp it into some mental health thing, and that this nigga's fucking crazy. I mean, he is, but shit.
Using a forged license. CCTV footage shows him carrying the weapon through the Luton Council flat. His plan was to kill his mother, Juliana, of 48 years old, and his siblings, Kyle, age 16, and
Yo, they deserve that
while
shit,
they
bro.
slept. 3 quick shots, under 30 seconds, then wait until 8:30 in the morning before heading to St. Joseph's Catholic Primary School.
Yo, this nigga had a whole plan in motion. 3 shots under 30 seconds, then boom, 8 a.m. school. Yo, that is sick work, gang. That is sick.
But Juliana woke up earlier than expected and saw Nicholas armed with a shotgun. What followed was an extended, violent struggle that neighbors could hear through the walls. Juliana suffered defensive wounds on her hands and arms from being attacked with a knife before Nicholas shot her in the head at close range. Her body was found in the hallway.
Oh my, bro, and a shotgun blast is crazy work. Like, a shotgun is one of those guns where I'm just like, gang, that is, like, why do you have that? Having a fucking AR is still crazy. But nigga, a shotgun? You get hit by that motherfucker, that's a whole chunk of your body gone, bro.
During the commotion, Nicholas fired at her, grazing the back of her head. She fled to the living room and tried to hide under the dining table, but Nicholas pursued and shot her in the face. Kyle had grabbed a kitchen knife to defend himself, but Nicholas shot him in the chest from a distance, then stabbed him over 100 times while he begged for his life.
Oh my
Despite
God,
his injuries,
bro.
Kyle managed to escape to the hallway before Nicholas finished him off with a gunshot to the head. But why was there so much hate towards his family in the first place? Well, in a video he posted online, he specifically mentioned his sister.
I can't even imagine the final moments of these people, bro. Like I tell you, I be trying to put my feet in the shoes of theirs, bro. That's crazy, bro. R.I.P. man. Defense, yeah, I mean still, but if you using it for anything other than defense, bro, you're just an evil individual.
Gazelle saying, quote, "Her face will be mutilated further than necessary," end quote. And you want to know why? Because she made an incorrect choice in the Walking Dead game a few months earlier. In case you don't know, the Walking Dead game consists of making decisions. That's the whole point.
So we're shooting our family because of an in-game video choice. You can't, bro. She went left instead of right, and you shot her over it, bro. Are we, bro? Okay.
Of Telltale Games, and that was his reason for doing that to his sister. Also, incorrect choice. I mean, your story can become anything. Like in the game, you decide your story, so there really isn't an incorrect thing to do. If you want a specific ending, you can do it. Anyway, after losing it in his flat,
That's crazy.
Nicholas left around 5:33 in the morning, heading towards St. Joseph's Primary with a loaded shotgun and 33 rounds. But the chaos had thrown off his plan. Cops were already swarming the area, and the school wasn't even open yet. He ditched the gun in some bushes and hid in the roads for over 2 hours. 2 hours later, he was caught wandering down Framingham Road. Officers saw blood on his face and arrested him on the spot.
GG's.
Nicholas kept saying, "It's not murder." But when police found the shotgun, they also found a hand-drawn classroom map labeled with the words "Kill All." In March of 2025, he pled guilty to 3 murders and got life with a minimum of 49 years.
Yo. This nigga is crazy.
And to this day, it's still not totally clear how Clementine inspired any of it.
She didn't.
Warzone.
What the fuck did Warzone do?
February 16th, 2024. Tooele, Utah. A 911 call comes in around 7:30 p.m. A man is unconscious and bleeding from his head. The caller sounds panicked, describing blood spattered everywhere, on the bed, the headboard, even the ceiling.
Okay.
When the police arrive at the house on Mill Creek Way, they find a 32-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the back of his head and multiple defensive wounds on his face, hands, and arms.
Okay.
But here's what made the case absolutely shocking. The
What happened?
person who killed him was his own 9-year-old son. Now,
What did little Billy do, bro? Or what could Warzone have done to make him want to do this, bro? And how did he even get access? Yo.
child homicides are incredibly rare, but what really caught investigators' attention wasn't just the age of the killer, it was the choice of weapons and how he used them. The boy had shot his father in the back of the head with a 9mm handgun, then attacked him with a tomahawk hatchet.
Like, yo, this nigga, bro. This nigga dead ass downed his dad and then finished him off with a tomahawk or a throwing knife. Like they be doing in Warzone. This nigga probably slid canceled to fucking, my bad, bro. Bad joke. But, like, what the fuck? That's insane work. Skill-based matchmaking. You think bro is tough at Warzone? No, dude. Yo, let's lock in, bro. Let's lock in, bro. You know, if someone used the EpiPen thing and it would work like a stem, if they did that, they're cooked, bro.
Police found the bloody hatchet at the scene, along with the gun
Bro, niggas deadass have tomahawks? Like, no bullshit, though. All jokes aside, niggas deadass have tomahawks? Fuck y'all got that shit for?
hidden under the victim's bed. You could think that this was just some incredible random act of violence, but the police didn't think of it that way, because the weapons and the specific way they were used perfectly matched the boy's favorite game, Call of Duty Warzone. According to the search warrants, 8 people were in the house that night: the victim, his son, 2 adult roommates, and their 4 young children. The father and the son.
And nobody heard this shit? Yo, what the fuck's going on?
Bed early in the room they shared, apparently due to the boy's behavioral problems. Later, the 9-year-old boy came from the bedroom and calmly told the other adults that his dad was bleeding from his head and was dead. The investigators said that this was calculated and very specific. Like, the gruesome and violent methods used were completely inconsistent with what you'd expect from a child that age. Most 9-year-olds don't even know these weapons exist, let alone how to use them effectively. But this kid was an active online gamer who spent hours playing Warzone, where players regularly use both 9mm handguns and tomahawk hatchets as standard weapons. Other people in the house confirmed that the boy commonly played this game.
Hey, bro, just because I play Warzone don't mean that I know how to really snipe niggas IRL, bro. Hey. But the fact is, bro, like, throwing a knife at your dad is crazy work, bro.
And investigators believe he essentially recreated what he'd done thousands of times virtually. So yeah, they went ahead with the gaming theory, but that doesn't make it any easier. As far as we know, Utah law says kids under 10 can't be held in a detention center. The court had to decide if a 9-year-old could be competent to stand trial. His defense attorney argued,
Bro, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck what age the kid is. He killed somebody, bro. Like, why do niggas get a fucking slap on the wrist for a life, bro?
GTA 4.
Yo, lock that nigga up,
again on this list. By the way, it's not the last time we're going to be talking about it, but sadly...
Again? There's another one after this? Yo, no way GTA has raised that much awareness to murders, bro. Or not awareness to murders, but no way that GTA has influenced so many murders, bro. I'm surprised. Different GTA? No, I know. This GTA 4, last one was Vice City, but they're saying there's going to be another one after this, because he says it's not going to be the last one. But that's crazy work, bro.
Also involving a child becoming a killer. So, an 8-year-old boy in Slaughter, Louisiana, was spending a quiet Thursday evening playing video.
It was good, Matthew. Oh, hold on. Why does GTA look kind of good, though? No, bully. Keep talking, you're going to become a campfire story. Yo, Raj. Keep talking, you're going to become a fucking... I'm not going to say that, bro. Christmas ornament. But let's get it,
Video
bro.
games
In
while his
GTA.
elderly caregiver, Deanna, was spending a quiet Thursday evening playing video games while his elderly caregiver was watching TV in the living room. Sounds pretty normal, right? But what
Yeah.
happened next shows just how twisted things can get when virtual violence meets real
Did
life.
GTA look
On
fire,
October
though?
2nd of 2013, Marie Smothers, an 87-year-old woman, was sitting in her living room watching television when the 8-year-old child she was watching walked up behind her and shot her in the back of the head with a .38 caliber handgun.
Yo, why are these guns so easily accessible? Why do kids know where the guns at, man? Yo! There's a weird serial killer guy you meet in GTA 4. I actually never played GTA 4. But it always has looked fun to me, bruh. Why would you be surprised, though? These kids' minds start and develop, so they're influenced by everything? Yeah. But still, I don't know. I feel like it's the adult's job to not let these kids even be on these games, bro. If my mom knew that I was playing GTA at like fucking 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, or fucking 8 or 9, bro, like, she would not be going for that shit, bro. She would not be going for that.
Instantly from the gunshot wound. Just minutes before pulling that trigger, the boy had been playing GTA 4 on his PlayStation 3. I feel like everyone here knows what the GTA games are about, but to sum it up quickly like we did with Vice City, you get to kill people, carjack, and generally cause mayhem in the most realistic way possible.
Yo, buddy got his burger and an RPG in the bitch.
Kid tried to play it off
Yo,
and generally cause mayhem.
what the fuck did he do, bruh? My nigga was just trying to make sure that Nico had his burger, bruh. Nah, he must have gave him the wrong one.
Way possible. At first, the kid tried to play it off as an accident. When police arrived at the Country Breeze mobile home park, he told investigators he'd accidentally shot Smothers while playing with the firearm. But the evidence showed something different. The shot was too precise, too deliberate. You don't accidentally execute someone with a single bullet to the back of the head.
Yeah,
so was this
bruh.
just something he did for fun or out of curiosity? According to relatives and family
Bro, being curious and wondering, damn, what would happen if I just shot my loved one right now is insane work. That's a crazy way of thinking.
friends, Marie and the boy had a completely normal, loving relationship. They even shared the same bedroom. She wasn't some stranger or someone he feared, she was his caregiver, possibly even his grandmother according to some reports. So what could drive an 8-year-old to murder someone who loved him? Well, police believed it was the video game. Grand Theft Auto 4 is methodically about violence. And once again, the company found itself right in the middle of a storm of criticism. Take-Two Interactive, the company behind GTA, immediately rejected any connection between their game and the shooting. They released a statement saying the incident emphasized the urgent need for America to address the availability of dangerous weapons.
I'm about to say, yeah, like, I wouldn't even blame the game, bro. Like, I could blame it to an extent, but it's the fact that these kids are able to get guns like it's nothing, bro. These niggas is getting guns like it's a cookie out of a cookie jar, bro. Like, I don't get it, bro. What's good, Sussy Baka? How you feeling, bro? And Roz, what you been up to, bro? How's life treating you, man?
People who obviously shouldn't have access to them. And whose gun was it? Eerily enough, it belonged to Marie Smothers herself. Also, let's not forget that people were completely ignoring the fact that the game was rated M for mature, meaning it's designed for players 17 and older. This 8-year-old shouldn't have been anywhere near GTA 4.
Quite literally.
Yet somehow he wasn't just playing it, it seems he was also learning from it as well. And just as the previous case, the legal situation became incredibly complex because Louisiana law exempts children under 10 from criminal responsibility.
Man, fuck all that, bro. Put that nigga in jail, see how he act, bro.
The boy couldn't be charged with murder, couldn't be sent to juvenile detention, couldn't face any consequences for taking a life. He was simply released to his parents that same night.
What? Yo, I feel like they should hold the charges up against them until they're like 18 or something, and then charge them like in an adult charge, nigga. Like, I don't know. Like, you lived your life, nigga, till you were 18. Now you gotta go to jail, buddy. I'm sorry.
Half-Life mod, natural selection? Now, if you notice, this one does have a question mark in the title.
I never
and
played
you're gonna
Half-Life.
See why. January 10th of 2020. Colegio
Bro, is this the game y'all niggas was saying I'm not a real gamer because I didn't know about?
Cervantes, a private school in Torreon, Mexico, an 11-year-old 6th grader named Jose Angel Ramos walked into his classroom that Friday morning looking completely normal. Good grades, well-behaved, lived with his grandparents, nothing about him screamed.
Is he an
But
alien?
He told some classmates that, quote, today is the day. Around 8:20 in the morning, Jose asked his teacher for permission to use the restroom. Pretty routine request, right? But after 15 minutes, his
Yo, chat, can I use restroom though? Cause I dead ass had to pee. Like, no bullshit. I'm not saying what the parents is worse, to be honest. They gonna beat that motherfucker's ass. Hey, bruh. Fuck it. This we got sent back home. Like if he ain't just killed his own mama, literally. I mean, you can. Really? I can go pee? Nah, I can hold it.
English teacher Maria Asaf Medina got worried and went to check on him. That's when she found him walking out of the restroom with 2 handguns in his hands. But Jose wasn't just having a random breakdown, he was dressed for the occasion. White t-shirt with Natural Selection printed on it, black pants, and suspenders. Does that remind you of anything? That's exactly what Eric Harris wore for the massacre 21 years earlier.
This nigga was cosplaying, gang? Are we serious? What the fuck?
That's exactly what Eric
Yo, that's crazy.
Harris wore for the massacre 21 years earlier.
That's
but
crazy.
Authorities focused on something else. The video game connection. Governor Miguel Riquelme
Yeah, that nigga came back with fucking 2 handguns, bro. Like, oh, that's crazy.
announced that Jose had been influenced by a first-person shooter game named The Natural Selection, pointing to the t-shirt as evidence. According to Riquelme, the boy had tried to recreate scenarios from the game, turning his school into a virtual battlefield. The thing is, though, Natural Selection isn't even a shooting game. It's a mod for Half-Life that's about killing aliens. So exactly how was an 11-year-old supposed to replicate?
No, that nigga was... He was doing research on that school shooting, bro. No bullshit. Because if that's a mod about killing aliens, bro, let's be for real. That nigga was not... No, bro.
that. The video game theory started falling apart pretty quickly when experts examined it. Yet, natural selection was a philosophy embraced by the Columbine shooters, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. They believed they were superior beings eliminating the weak, and Jose was paying tribute to that. But he wasn't done.
Like literally, he was dressed just like one of the shooters, bro. Like, what? 11, he had 2 pistols. Nigga had dual wielding that bitch like this, nigga. That's crazy.
His performance. When Maria confronted him and begged him to stop, he raised his weapons: a 25 caliber Raven pistol and a 40 caliber Glock, and opened fire.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Depending on the distance, I could have saved everybody. No bullshit. 11-year-old buddy don't even got no aim. Let's be for real. I would have ran around that nigga. You know how like in movies where like 2 people will be fighting and then there'll be one nigga shooting and the other nigga just running around in a circle? That would have been me. She could have threw a chair in, not gonna lie. Like, bro, she screaming, "Stop! Don't do anything, motherfucker! You better do something, bro." They bring up Columbine yet? Cause wasn't one of the shooters playing Doom? Well, they brought it up just now because of what he was wearing whenever he did the school shooting in GTA. Nigga had a 50 cal 1 shot. You low key cooked. Hey, nigga like me would have avoided it. No, I'm just kidding.
Shot the physical education teacher and 5 students first, then turned his attention to Maria. She died instantly from her wounds.
That's
After completing
sad,
his rampage,
bro.
Jose turned one of the guns on himself and pulled the trigger. The whole attack lasted maybe 3 minutes, but it left a teacher dead.
The nigga killed himself after? Bro, that is crazy, nigga.
6 others wounded, and an entire community traumatized. And while we don't really know if he was inspired by the game or by Eric Harris specifically, throwing my 2 cents in here,
That's crazy, bro. He felt bad and knew the consequences. That's how they all be, bro. Cause ain't no way they just be killing themselves.
think he was inspired.
They always be ending it.
Specifically, and Riquelme noticed that there was a mod for Half-Life of the same name of what the kid was wearing. That's just my 2 cents.
Yo, Tell, I'm sorry, but you would have so much more aura if you had both of your ears pierced again. Just saying.
To be fair, they did find out that he had a serious gaming addiction, but that's not all. His mom had died during surgery years earlier, his dad was a convicted meth trafficker doing time in El Paso, and the grandfather he lived with, also tied to drug trafficking, with millions in shady money transfers running through his accounts. In fact, it was the grandfather who
Oh, that nigga was cooked.
gave him the guns. And
Oh, this nigga's life was just cooked, bro. What the fuck? I ain't gonna lie. His whole family was cooked. No mom, dad's a drug dealer. Shit, Gramps a drug dealer, bro. Yeah, nah. Hey, man. That's a bad support system around him, bro.
And that's why he, the grandfather, was eventually arrested and charged with homicide by neglect for leaving his guns where a child could access them. He was also investigated for money laundering and tax evasion with connections to the Argentine drug lord Mario Roberto Segovia, but that's a story for another day.
God damn.
World of Warcraft.
Now, what did WoW do?
Has something in the title, and that is quotation marks. There's a reason for that. This guy is Anders Behring Breivik, middle class.
Just go bald, gang. Just go bald, bro.
Class Norwegian, well-educated, the kind of person you'd see at a coffee shop and never think twice about. But in 2011...
Yo, that is actually crazy, that analogy that I just said, because there's really crazy-ass niggas that just walk among us, bro. Like, you don't know what the fuck somebody's going through or what the fuck somebody's planning on doing, no matter what time of day it is, bro. He low-key has your hairline strap. Let's be for real.
He became the author of Norway's deadliest peacetime attack, killing 77 people in a single day. He spent the year before the massacre playing video attack, killing 77 people in a single day.
77, my nigga?
He spent the year before the massacre playing video games for 16 hours a day. Now, when most people hear about someone playing games...
Why your hairline white as fuck? Get off my dick, bro. My dandruff showing.
...that much, they think lazy basement dweller or gaming addiction or maybe even top 1% competitive gamer.
I'm insecure about that shit.
Some directionless loser, he was methodically preparing for mass murder. He was using World of Warcraft as the perfect cover story. Back then, he was 32 years old living with his mom when suddenly he announced that he was going to be spending the next year playing video games full time. I've personally never heard of anyone saying they're making an announcement, saying that they're going to be playing video games for the next year. But anyway, let's get...
So Unc is 32, living with his mama, and he said, yep, you know what, fuck getting bread. It's time to grind World of Warcraft, nigga. Hey, bro, you just had the shoulders, it makes it worse.
Continue.
That's what I used to use before.
Family thought he lost his mind. Friends were worried about him, everyone was asking what went wrong, but that's exactly what Breivik wanted. While his mother was horrified and his sister in Los Angeles thought he was having a breakdown, he was actually planning the most devastating terroristic attack in Norwegian history. The gaming excuse was extremely interesting, honestly. It explained why he never left his room, why he didn't answer his phone for days, why he'd become so isolated. His family bought it completely. His mother even told psychiatrists later that she felt like she was in prison with him, that he'd become unfortunately intense and strange. But while everyone thought he was wasting his life on fantasy games, Breivik was also playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And unlike World of Warcraft, which was just the cover story, Modern Warfare was actually teaching him skills he'd later use to hunt down teenagers on Utoya Island. I use the term teaching him very loosely.
That nigga was hunting down teenagers, bro? What the fuck? I'm 32 and I'm staying unemployed. We gonna leave the trenches from World of Warcraft, literally, bro. Like, that shit don't make no sense, bro. Holy shit. Blue Magic, Olive Oil, and car care? Did I say that right? I mean, I have some shit for it, but I mean, I also haven't washed my hair in like a month, so.
It wasn't literally the video game teaching him how to do this, but he was learning from it. You know what I mean? The game uses what...
I don't wash my hair often, so that's also why.
You know what I mean? The game uses what at the time was incredibly realistic military simulation technology, the same holographic sight systems that actual armies use for training. Breivik spent months drilling target acquisition, learning how different weapons behave, practicing the kind of precise shooting that would later make him so devastatingly effective during his rampage.
Was this nigga fucking drop shotting niggas, bro? You just dirty nigga. That's just how, like, that's just how I am in my dress, bro. I don't wash my hair for a month. I've been like that since, like, fucking freshman year, bro.
This wasn't some
of like high school
kid who played games and suddenly snapped. Breivik had been planning these attacks for years. He joined shooting clubs, traveled across Europe buying weapons, even rented a remote farm where he could manufacture explosives. The games were just one piece of his elaborate preparation. When the attacks finally happened on July 22nd of 2011, they were terrifyingly methodical. First, he detonated a massive bomb outside government buildings in Oslo, killing 8 people. Then he drove to Utoya Island, dressed as a police officer, and convinced the youth camp organizers to send a ferry to pick him up. They thought he was there to provide security after the bombing. Instead, he spent an hour and 20 minutes systematically hunting down 69 people, mostly teenagers.
What the fuck?
Shots, calculated movements, the kind of tactical efficiency you'd expect from someone who'd spent months practicing virtual combat scenarios.
Yo, this nigga got it, bro. Bro, what the fuck, bro? That is insane fucking work, bro. So how many hours I got on call? You could drop me a Warzone and I'm popping 100. No, you're not, bro. No, you're not. But that's crazy work. Niggas is dead ass reenacting. Like,
After the mass,
what, bro?
mostly teenagers, headshots, calculated movements, the kind of tactical
Like,
efficiency
this moving like a fucking SWAT team by himself, bro.
you'd expect from someone who'd spent months practicing virtual combat scenarios. After the massacre, investigators found that Breivik had been connected to other gamers online, sharing his extremist views and building a network of like-minded individuals. He'd even sent his 1,500-page manifesto to over 1,000
1,500 pages, nigga? Oh, you're just sick. What the fuck? 1,500 pages, nigga? That's insane, bro.
people just hours before the attacks, including gaming buddies who had no idea what he was planning. During his trial, Breivik showed zero remorse and actually seemed proud of his gaming preparation. He talked about how the holographic sights in Modern Warfare were so user-friendly that anyone could become an expert marksman with enough practice.
Yo, this nigga is insane. Yo, this nigga's crazy.
Into weapons training. He was sentenced to 21 years in prison, which is the maximum under Norwegian law.
21? Nigga, give him life! 21, bro? Like, come on, gang. We can't be serious, bro. I don't care what country it is, nigga. He bombed a government official building and killed fucking 6 niggas. Went on, cosplayed as a fucking cop, and then hunted down 69 more niggas, bro. And you're trying to tell me we can't give that nigga life? Okay, bro. Okay. What's good though, Nick Slick? He might change, bro. Fuck no.
But with possible extensions if he's still considered dangerous. The guy is currently sitting in a high security facility where, get this, in a really bizarre twist, he actually has access to video games as part of his rehabilitation program. I don't know either.
So the cause of this shit, as a result of the cause, we gave him access to what caused it all. Okay. Okay. You can't make
GTA
Yo,
3.
are Norway niggas just dumb? Like, okay.
Now, back in 2003, Aaron Hamill was driving
GTA
down
3?
Interstate 40 in Tennessee on a perfect summer, admiring the Mount
Yo, what did they do?
When their
Like, bro, why the fuck did he just RPG them?
windshield suddenly exploded. Blood and glass sprayed everywhere as Hamill slumped over with a bullet hole in his head. In another car behind them, 19-year-old Kimberly Bede heard what sounded like a tire blowout until a bullet shattered her hip and lodged fragments in her spine. The police quickly found the shooters hiding in the bushes, 2 stepbrothers, 16-year-old William and 14-year-old Joshua Buckner. They had been firing at passing cars from a hillside overlooking the highway. And why were they doing this? Because they wanted to shoot at trucks and cars just like they did in GTA 3, they said. These kids had clean records, decent grades, and lived in a nice house on a golf course in Newport, Tennessee.
It's always fucking suburb kids, bro. Like, what the fuck?
But both had been dealing with serious trauma that their parents didn't fully understand. William had suffered brain damage as an infant and struggled with rejection from his biological father, who refused to acknowledge him.
Nigga had daddy issues, bro. Come on, be a man, gang. Like, be a man, bro. Like, I don't even got a dad in my life, nigga, and I turned out perfectly fine, bro.
Even on his deathbed, Joshua's mother had died when he
Whoa, wait, what happened?
Father, who refused to acknowledge him even on his deathbed.
Damn. I mean, shit, right after that, bro, I wouldn't acknowledge my kid either, bro. What do you mean you're going out shooting at random individuals and blowing up cars and shit because you want to... Come on, bro. Be for real.
His mother had died when he was 11, leaving him emotionally shattered and bouncing between ADHD medication.
Bro, do my takes be crazy? Like, I had a nigga comment on my YouTube video saying that some of my takes are crazy or that, like, I don't need to be saying the things that I be saying. But I feel like they're... Obviously, they're hyped up and animated sometimes, but I feel like they're logical. Like, I don't think I've ever said anything over the top. Like...
When their parents married and...
Nigga saw, bro. It was like someone named, like, Natalie or some shit. I think I could literally see him. I signed in. Yeah, like, motherfucker said, where was it? I think they deleted their comment. Yeah, they deleted their comment, but they're like, you don't have to say that you don't have to say what you have to say about the kids like that.
The families, the boys found comfort in each other and in their basement gaming
center. That nigga was a freak that touched kids.
Screen TV, foosball table, and PS2, where they spent hours playing GTA 3. Joshua's older stepbrother had given him the game for his birthday, and the parents didn't really grasp what they were doing in the game besides crashing cars. If only they knew what the GTA series was about, I mean, it could have prevented all of this. On that June evening, after playing GTA for a while, Joshua got restless. The virtual shooting wasn't enough anymore. He suggested to William that they go shoot at real trailer trucks on the nearby interstate, you know, like in the game. William, who was slower and more easily influenced due to his brain damage, went along with the plan.
Damn.
The boys waited until their parents were watching TV, then snuck into their bedroom and grabbed two .22 caliber rifles. They told the parents, Wayne and Donna,
Like, we just casually have that shit in our in our bedroom, bro, under the bed. Like, just casually, bro. Like, okay.
they were gonna ride the four-wheeler and got permission to stay out until dark. But instead of actually doing that, they headed to a spot overlooking I-40 where they previously shot at pigeons. William positioned himself facing west down the highway, Joshua faced east, and they started firing at passing vehicles. After more than 20
That's
shots,
crazy.
they hadn't hit anything. But William had a few bullets left, so he kept firing. That's when they heard the rubber squeal and saw Aaron Camel's red truck careen across the median into oncoming traffic. The boys panicked and ran home, initially claiming—
Oh, nah, nigga, y'all could, bro. Play dumb games, win stupid prizes, man. Nigga, you should have stayed there and fucking, yeah, nigga, get in trouble. The fuck? In case of robbery? No, I get it. I get it. It's totally justifiable. But, like, hide it somewhere else, maybe. I don't know. I don't have guns. I live in a suburban neighborhood, so I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it. And they knew exactly. That's saying they knew where it was too. Like, niggas ain't even try to hide it from their kids.
they'd been shooting at pigeons that accidentally flew toward the highway. But when police questioned them 2 days later during a polygraph test, they broke down and confessed. They specifically told investigators they got the idea from Grand Theft Auto. They thought they were recreating what they did in the game. That confession set off a $246 million lawsuit against Sony.
Damn!
Walmart. The victims' families claimed the game basically trained the boys to kill, but since they were under 16, they faced juvenile court and not adult charges. They got detention until they turned 19. As for the lawsuit, well, it fizzled out like most cases trying to blame video games for real-life violence. Tried blaming video games in general. This next case is about a basketball game that never happened and instead led to one of Hong Kong's most disturbing, quote, killing games.
A basketball game in Hong Kong?
2018, when 21-year-old Chao Zhai got stood up by his friend for, a round of basketball, and most people would have been annoyed and moved on, but Chao's reaction was far from normal. He started fantasizing about dismembering and killing this guy who just disappointed him. Chao had been playing graphic video games for so long that virtual brutality had become his reality, and now he wanted to see what real violence felt like. So Chao—
See, I was about to have a dumbass take. I'm about to say, man, if you really get on GTA and you just start shooting at every and anybody, you're crazy. But then again, I remember that, like, I used to be a nigga that tried to get 5 stars. So, I mean, like, what was I about to say, bro?
Invited his 30-year-old friend over to his apartment, telling him they'd have dinner and play a new game together. His friend, who had a moderate mental disability and trusted Chao completely, agreed without suspicion. After all, they were best friends. What could go wrong? When his friend arrived, Chao
Nigga
explained
snaked him,
the
bro.
rules of his, quote, new game.
Nigga
He needed to
snaked
be
him.
blindfolded and have his hands tied up. The friend, thinking this was some harmless activity, went along with it. He let Chao tie him up and put a—
Yeah, that's where you fucked up, bro. My friends ain't tying me up, and I'm not. Nope. GG's, bro.
blindfold over his eyes, making himself completely—
I don't care what
helpless.
it's for.
That's when Chao revealed what his, quote, game really was. He grabbed the knife and slashed his friend's neck, then stabbed him 4 more times while the victim was bound and blindfolded. Blood started gushing everywhere, and his friend screamed in pain and terror, realizing too late that it wasn't a video game at all. Chao later told authorities he'd been playing too many graphic video games that had given him what he called a taste for violence.
Yo, that's one thing I don't like, bro. When it comes to, like, deaths and stuff, is, like, neck slits, bro. Holy shit, you probably let Lana do it, though? Hell no. What she need to tie me up and blindfold me for? What she need me to do that for?
He'd been doing on screen had desensitized him to real brutality, making him curious about what it would actually feel like to hurt someone for real. But then Chao's fantasy met reality in the worst possible way. When he saw the blood pouring out of his friend's wounds, he suddenly got scared and realized what he'd actually done. This wasn't a video game where you could reset or respawn. This was real life.
See, that's what niggas be forgetting, bro. Because trust me, I be having some crazy intrusive thoughts, but will I act on them? Hell no. What the fuck? What the fuck, bro?
Real life consequences. Panicking, Chao called the police himself and confessed to the attack. Chao was only sentenced to 6 years in prison.
Only 6, nigga? Okay.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
PUBG!
15-year-old Russian kid named Alexei Maximov, who'd been spending way too much time playing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. He was seriously obsessed with this video game. But here's the thing. All that virtual killing wasn't cutting it for him anymore. He also wanted to know what actual murder felt
Bro,
like.
I've never understood that, bro. Cause what do you mean you want to see what virtual, like, or what do you mean you want to feel what killing feels like, bro? Like, what? That's such a sinister. That's a sinister thing to even think of, bro.
April 30th of 2018, Moscow. Daria Evdokimova, a 21-year-old university student, was just doing something completely normal, withdrawing cash from an ATM. She had no clue that Alexei was lurking nearby with a kitchen knife, planning something absolutely twisted. And just like other cases, Alexei wasn't some hardened criminal or troubled kid with a record. His parents said he'd never been in trouble before, seemed like a regular teenager who just happened to game a lot. But somewhere along the way, his obsession with virtual violence had crossed a really dark line. So that night, Daria was walking away from the cash machine with the money she'd just withdrawn, and Alexei followed behind her like some kind of predator. He'd been planning this, not as a robbery, not out of anger, but because he wanted to recreate scenarios from his favorite video game in real life.
Yo, niggas is crazy, bro. Yo, Julian, I appreciate the follow, bro. So got that stream, bro. What is stream, bro?
When he finally attacked, it was absolutely brutal. Alexei stabbed Daria a dozen times in her neck, eyes, head, and chest.
Like, bro, like I tell you, I be putting my feet in these niggas' shoes, bro. Like, imagine being him and running up and seeing that you're stabbing somebody. Like, turning them lifeless. Does that not, like, make you question your own sanity? Like, what? The thought of it at first is like, damn, do I not feel crazy for doing this? And then on the other end, it's like, damn, like, I just got fucking attacked by a random ass nigga and now I'm about to die because this nigga had a itch for violence and I just happened to be the victim. Like, that's sad, bro.
Right there on the street. A police officer actually witnessed the attack and chased after him, but Alexei managed to escape. He grabbed the cash she'd withdrawn and disappeared into Moscow streets. But you couldn't really hide in 2018 Moscow, where surveillance was well implemented.
How'd you find the stream though, Julian?
TV cameras and mobile phone signals to track him down, following his digital trail back to his family home. And when they burst into his bedroom to arrest him, they found Alexei calmly playing PUBG, his favorite game, virtually killing more people like nothing had happened.
Yo, that nigga really went back and started getting on the game and grinding again, bro. Are we serious? What the fuck?
The kid didn't even resist arrest. He confessed immediately and explained to the police he hadn't really intended to kill Daria at first, but that, quote, a voice inside me told me what had to be done, end quote. Then he admitted he wanted to see what it looked like when someone died by his own hand. In the end, Alexei was charged with murder. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video.
That's insane.
If you guys like the topic, make sure to like. If you think I earned your subscription, it would be awesome if you could subscribe. And if you made it this far, let me know what's your favorite video game of all time. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time I upload.
Shit, yo, W fucking Tub, bro. I'm watching a lot of Joe Bartolozzi too. That nigga Joe's actually, like, I don't know what it is about him, but I like watching his reaction. But W video, bro. That was a good fucking video, bro. It didn't even feel that long.